And then we move on to our problems. We have number 1, the sound source produce 3600 cycle in 3 minutes. If the wavelength is 17 meter, find the velocity of each or the velocity of the sound wave. Okay, to calculate the velocity, we have to know the law of the velocity that relate the wavelength and the frequency. Very good. So the velocity equal the wavelength lambda multiplying the frequency. We have the 3600, but this is a number of cycles. Number of cycles divide the time will give us the frequency. The frequency equals the 3600 divide the time. What is the time? The time 3 minutes, and the frequency by the seconds. So 3 minutes equal 3 times 60, 3 times 60. So the frequency equal 3600 divide 3 times the 60. So it will produce the frequency equal 20 times the 17 for the wavelengths by the meters equals 340 meter per second. Number 2, calculate the wavelengths of the sound wave. The frequency equals 17. The distance traveled by this wave in 1 second equal 340. Okay, so the general law represent the velocity equal the wavelength times the frequency. If you know that the frequency equal 17 and the velocity equal 340, divide 1. So you want to calculate the wavelength. Okay, so the wavelength equals 340 divide 17 equals 20 meter for the wavelength. Number 3, we have the Savart wheel rotates with a rate 300 cycles per minute. So 300 cycles per minute. A sound frequency 600 is produced when the plate that touch a teeth of gear. Calculate the number of the teeth of the gear. So we have the 300, the number of cycles in 1 minute, so it will turn into or convert into the seconds, and we have the frequency equal 600. The frequency equal 600. So let's remember the law of the Savart wheel. We have the frequency of a known tone equals two numbers of teeth or numbers of cycles. Numbers of cycles times the number of teeth. Divide the time by the seconds. So the first number about the 300 times the unknown number of teeth. Divide the 60 for the 1 minute. So we have the frequency equals 600. So first we have to calculate the part of 300 divide 60. The 300 divide 60 equals 5. So we have 600 equals 5 times the unknown number. So the unknown number equals 600 divide 5. 600 divide 5 equals 120. 120 for the number of the teeth.